So, hello there. I am back. So, hi, back with another stream. I'm Riho. Thanks for joining. We don't seem to have a lot of viewers yet, but we'll see how the day goes today. So anyway, I kind of struggled today in in deciding what to stream because I didn't really do a lot of work on the game in the past week or so. So yeah, I don't really have that much new stuff to show as I usually do. But on the other hand, like, I considered working on some art or music instead, and that kind of didn't click for me today either. Or I just didn't feel like doing that stuff today. So you're kind of like just stuck with me doing the usual stuff, just pretty much picking off where I left off last time. So I do have some things to test that I haven't tested properly yet. So I guess we can start with that. We'll go with the usual marketing skills. I guess we can have testing skills here for a change. I guess the personalization here doesn't matter that much, just for testing purposes. So the things that I do want to test right now are related to marketing. Again, yes. So we will need to make some projects to see that stuff. But to make it easier for me, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So I'm gonna cheat myself some money here. This should be enough, and some experience as well. And I'm gonna add some CVs. And that should be enough. And just so I have more furniture to choose from, I'm gonna unlock all these. Then it will be hopefully looking a little bit different from the starter offices I do each time here. I haven't used this table that much yet. This is one of the new tables that I made on stream. Actually, I could even have rooms for a change. So let's say the CEO gets their own office here. A small one, but good enough. And I'll make the door different from the default one. Get a fancy chair, such as this one. That's where you will sit then. Put you do need a computer. So that's the one you get. Although the laptop would probably look better on this specific table here. So what else? We do need a door. So a door, glass door, that's the one I wanted. And then maybe some fanciness, like a painting or something. Yes. What else? I guess we do need lights of some sort. So let's go with this one in the corner here. And then a plant. So we got something going. We got a little bit of fanciness. We can also try and change the wallpaper. But to what? I guess this maybe. And painting feels kind of off on this one, but. What you gonna do? Maybe this floor. So that's the CEO's office then. But we do need more tables and stuff, more workplaces. So perhaps I should make another office. And the rest of the team will work there. So let's put this table over here. And then we put another one over here. It's going to be hard to fit any more in here this way though. So how about this instead? And then one over here. Kind of feels like it would suck in to work in a room like this, but whatever. So another chair here. Guess I can place one here. Maybe even here. If I do use laptops. Laptop. So here, here. Could I fit any more in? Not really. At least not neatly. But oh yeah, I forgot one here. So this goes there. But I can get another table here for paperwork and whatnot. And then lamp. One over here. Then maybe a table lamp. Over here. Anything else? Maybe a photo or something. Just to liven it up a little. Then a painting. And a small one over here. Also we need a few garbage cans. So one here, one here. I guess the range doesn't really reach here, but can put one here and then put something on the table because this can't be reached anyway. So what can we put there? How about this plastic plant? So okay, we have a little something going now. I could in theory make another office over here. So maybe let's do that. And while I'm doing all this, I'm not actually testing anything right now. I'm just messing around mostly, but we'll get to it eventually. Another trash can, huh? I mean, I guess the CEO could use one as well. And just a question where I'm gonna place it then. here is fine. And this fancy table goes here. Then some lights and stuffs. Floor lamp. I kinda don't like blocking paths this way, so if I do this, then this lamp would not be accessible very well. The handy worker would have to go through the chairs. So maybe place a small table here instead. This one. And another plant here. And I guess that's it for now. Could place some carpets around to make it nicer, but or whatever. So now let's get our employees in. So we do need pretty much one of everything. So that was a designer. Then an engineer. Then eventually we're gonna need a handy worker anyway. And the late riser is fine for handy workers, since they don't have that much work to do in a small office like this anyway. So a janitor. Then a manager. Let's get this one. So where will the manager work at? I guess here. The marketers can be here as well. And a tester will be here then. So a tester. We have aliens already. Though I think we have links already as well. Let's get more aliens in then. Wait, actually I did not have a links after all. But maybe the marketer can be one then, if there is one. There is. Even has basic testing skills, which is convenient. So the marketer will be here. This seat will be empty then, I suppose. That's where the slackers will start hanging out at. Unless I could put a couch here. And then some more decorations. Else, a water cooler, right? So let's put that here. So did I miss anything now? I am going to need shelves eventually, or at least paper shredders. But let's go with shelves, because the shredder is not really part of the base game anyway. It's a mod that I did. Yeah, I suppose that's the start then. Now let's actually test the things that I wanted to test. So as usual, let's make a phone. Oh yeah, I did not talk about this last time. I talked about it on the Discord a little though. Something that I noticed here was that these projects, the way they are right now, get done really quickly. Like you can do all the tasks like within a day or so. And that's kinda I don't know, I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Just like from the challenge point of view, it should take longer probably. And one way to do that would be to add more tasks in that you have to complete even for level 1 projects. So basically that would mean I'd have to change these layouts that I have right now, which is fine because I only have 2 right now anyway. So redoing 2 of these would be okay, I feel like, because I have not made the other ones yet properly. So yeah, basically I could just add more components here, and that would add more tasks that you have to do. The question is though, how big would these get if each higher level of the project adds more components? to the layout. And maybe like level 10 projects would already be so big that I can't fit them properly here anymore. So I don't know. But that's not what I wanted to test right now. Instead, what I want to know is how balanced the experience adding for marketers is right now. So that's something that I added in last week of the stream. So as the marketer works here, they do get some amounts of experience points, but I wanted to make sure that they don't get too much and they don't get too little. So let's set the price point, although that only matters once the product is launched. Oh yeah, by the way, this is also something that I did last week, that the price now actually matters. Before you could set the price to pretty much anything and people would still buy it. Now there's like a threshold for how much people are willing to pay. That is depending on their income levels. So lower income people are less willing to pay, and higher income level people are more willing to pay higher prices then. So anyway, let's assign all the people here. So manager, tester, engineer, and designer. And I guess that's it for now. Could change the marketing focus also, but that's really that doesn't really matter right now. Okay, I am getting a bunch of errors in the code right now, so clearly it's not working. So what is it? Sub nil and nil. At line 959. So I guess it's here. Oh, that's why. Should be these. Well, that's why I wanted to test the thing today. So let's give it another go. Well, that was about paperwork generation for marketers then, which is also something that I added just last week. So the way I did that calculation right now, I can quickly explain that. So this line should pretty much mean that one piece of paperwork is added per 1,000 people that the marketer adds awareness of. So, you know, they've already added like 1,597 awareness, which would mean they would have added one piece of paperwork already. But since that didn't work yet, we'll probably see it around 2,000 then. Once we reach that. So let's keep an eye on them. Yeah, I'm just noticing that the CEO doesn't have a table to put the paperwork on. So let's give her one over here. Again, while we are waiting here, I can talk a little bit about some of the other ideas I've been pondering about lately. And one of them is redoing how the rooms work here. So I was thinking that maybe instead of like these sort of predefined rooms, I should make room templates instead. And you could also then make your own templates if needed. So you can basically like copy paste a room. On a small map like this it doesn't matter, but if you have like a bigger building and you want to make a bunch of rooms that are pretty much like copies of each other, then that's kind of cumbersome to do right now, especially if you have like a lot of furniture in those rooms. So Project Hospital has something like that. So I was thinking of doing something similar then. But while I was thinking that, just copy pasting an area, and not just a room, could be a neat thing to add as well, both in the game and in the editor as well. But in addition, the rooms do give some work quality bonus right now, but maybe I could change that system so that you can sort of select a bonus per room, and you can change that. So I don't know, maybe you'd have like an edit room, like a pop-up of some sort where you can pick that room designation or bonus so you can add certain things to certain types of jobs. So work quality or I don't know what else could we change here. Maybe add motivation or energy or even loyalty or something like that. Now, while I have this open, also been thinking of adding some sort of like an event log system like there is in RimWorld, if you're aware, where you can kind of see like what happened to the employee in the past. And RimWorld also has this sort of like timed modifiers per people. So like if someone gets a bonus of some sort, so well, let's say in this context, if someone gets a motivation bonus of some sort, that bonus is timed, and that's kind of like how it works here as well, but you don't really see the exact values of it the way you see in RimWorld. So I do think that showing that sort of information would be useful. The question is though, like where you exactly to display it, because when like if I add it here, then maybe the window gets too long, like there's too much information here then. But then again, if it's shown in a separate window of some sort, then you don't really have a good overview of those things either. So there's definitely improvements that I could make here anyway. Like the numbers here shown. Shows the current motivation, for example, and the maximum for it. But on this scale you don't see the maximum. You kind of see like it's capped out here, but there's like no like indication of it. So there should be a marker of some sort here as well, I think. So yeah, that's one thing. Also, another thing here I was thinking is that these edit buttons, people seem to miss these a lot, or like they don't notice that these are buttons. So I should probably just add the normal button borders around all of these the same way here, like it's here or here or here. So that way when you hover over it, you see it's a button. It would be like more uniform that way. Okay, so anyway, back to this. I do see we have like a bunch of awareness here, but no paperwork. So yeah. So that's that means that my calculations right now are off somehow. So I should probably do some sort of a log here. Awareness. So what I can do then is just print the debug out here for the amount of paperwork, but also their name. We'll see. I don't know if that will even do anything. Let's put it in a view so you can see that log as well. So like this, it will be under here. With this adding at a slower rate than one per thousand, but it's still adding. Okay, so now it reached 1 for Arzenia here, and they did get this piece here indeed. So what about you though? I don't know if you can even see these numbers, but I'm noticing that this FOSTA setting here also generated some paperwork. So it's not per 1,000, which is weird. So I wonder if that's like rounding error of some sort or why. But on the other hand, they are still generating some. So I don't know. What if I divide it by 500 instead? Meanwhile, the project is completed. So there we go. Oh yeah, one thing that I did not mention, one of the changes that I did was that the awareness generation is doubled while the product is still not launched. Just to give a sort of reason for you to delay launch. Otherwise, there's like no reason to not launch it right away. So I wonder if my calculations could be off because of that. Yeah, I don't think there'll do much work this week anymore. So we can just fast forward and see what we get. Okay, so how much paperwork do we have now? We still only have these. These 4. Per 10,000 awareness. So even when dividing by 500, it's still not generating that much. But I don't know, like the other employees generate how much? I think it was like 2 per task, right? If I can find that somewhere. Yeah, this is the line. I've been at it all along and did not notice. But yeah, 2 times per task. So that's like if a task takes a day or a bit longer, then that's like 2 per day. And the marketers were definitely not generating 2 per day. But I guess we'll see next week. Let it run a bit. Also, wait a moment. How come the other employees didn't generate any at all? If they did, all complete at least one task. So maybe even this doesn't work. Oh yeah, that might be because some had perks for paperwork, didn't they? Yeah, small handwriting. This is the engineer. What about the others though? The manager also. So that's not it. Let's take a look at the function again. So what actually happens here? Oh, Dimish, hi there. Thanks for joining, and to your question, how's the game and Estonia doing? Fine, I guess. We did have some rise in our coronavirus statistics, or like the number of cases detected, although that might have been like a small temporary bump because it seemed to go down again afterwards. So, you know, it's it is what it is. But otherwise, like if you look outside and how people are behaving, it's like almost like there's never been any virus at all, and people are just back to normal. I'm definitely still staying very careful here, and this solitary lifestyle suits me just fine. But you know, some people are way more social than I am, so it's understandable. But the game is coming along. I didn't make that much progress last week, but I did some things that I'm testing out right now and trying to figure out where the balance is exactly. One of them is trying to figure out how much paperwork the marketers should generate when they're working, and also I haven't even looked at that yet, but I also need to figure out how much experience they should get from their work. And I think that this marketer has gained 3 experience for their awareness here. I'm not sure it's enough. Trying to recall how much the other employees get per project. So we should test that out. Did actually have that for the project that we completed, but I did not pay attention how much experience they got. So yeah. Let's make a TV then. And then we'll see how much experience they get from the project. Then we can compare the marketers to them. So guy from Mars says hi. Hello. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Nice to see you again. Sure, let's see. Let's get them working. And I guess these numbers below are not as important anymore, so I'll just full screen the game. The spider icon means okay, I'll quickly explain what the different types of jobs are here. I guess I can do that here. So when you're working on a project or making a product, you have like different types of jobs that you have to fulfill there. And the main three are engineering, testing, and design. And that spider or debug icon is for testing. And I should actually add the icon here as well, just to help to make that connection in the brain of the players more. But yeah, each of these work like designations has their own icon, and so does marketing, but that's kind of, well, not marketing but management, and that's kind of different. Marketing also has its own icon, so that's this one, this loudspeaker thingy. Then engineering has this monkey wrench icon, and design has this art palette icon. What other icons are here? This one I was not sure about. It's a screw icon that's supposed to like indicate the products that you're making. But like maybe a box icon would be better. But the problem with that is that I'm using boxes for paperwork. So I should have the icon sheet open here as usual. So yeah, I'm using this for some sort of paperwork, I think. And this box is for a gift, so it's kind of hard to make proper icons for all of these different things when the area to draw them in is so small. It's only like 14 by 14 pixels. So it's a challenge. So anyway, to answer some of your other questions here, how to improve the quality. The quality is mostly improved by the furniture that they're surrounded with. So when you check the details for the furniture items, you see how much work quality they add, and the work or the furniture has like an area that they affect, which is like 2 tiles for this chair, and that's work quality to that employee around that area then. And that goes for like plants and lights and that sort of stuff as well. So initially you have like some furniture locked by levels, like they have these stars. So initially you have like level 1 furniture available only, and those don't add that much work quality, if any. And as you get more of these company experience points, as you get more of these, then you can unlock the higher furniture levels. And I do want to add like other kinds of unlockable stuff, like maybe unlockable jobs, unlockable rooms, or maybe some other features like that. So yeah, you're saying the marketer looks like a thief. You mean this guy? He's the links guy that I was talking about last time. Actually, it did have a thief kind of a what you call it, like a sketch drawn way back. Let me see if I can find it, because that's a fun thing to show sometimes. Meanwhile, I can leave the game playing in the back, so it's not paused while I'm looking here. Kind of have an idea where it should be, but I don't remember the file name for it. I guess I can also look for it in a forum that I posted it in like way back. What's the forum called though? It's a game development forum of some kind. You were asking how much the sweeper gets paid, and that's a janitor job. They're one of the lowest paid. So she gets 72 per day. I should raise her wage because I'm seeing her loyalty is low. So when you raise the wages for them, they will be more loyal to you and will not quit. Because if the loyalty drops beyond some sort of a threshold, they will quit. Or maybe another company will hire them instead. So let's raise wages for everyone. I can afford it. is there an option to hire skilled immigrants? There is not. Not exactly. A way to hire more skilled people than you get normally is to headhunt them from rivaling companies. But that comes at a cost. It costs these company experience points, but also it will damage relations with that company where you hired that person from. And the CEO gets paid nothing, because that's they're like the avatar for yourself, sort of. Like that's the main employee. Kind of. Let's say like they own the company or something. So yeah, let's say they get shares or something. There's no mechanic involved with that right now, but you can at least pretend it's so. But yeah, let's have the game running in the background yet again, and I'm gonna look for that image once more. Hopefully it won't take too long. Because if it seems so, then I'll just give up. I still want to give it a try, at least. So, Office Management 101. Maybe I have bookmarked somewhere that far. Bookmarks. And the my organization of the files for the game is epically bad. So yeah, the bathrooms are unisex and even unispecies indeed. Very progressive here. I guess I mean, in the end, I could make it so that you can make or you could set the bathroom limitations if you choose to. Yeah. So can I list the company on the stock market? There's no stock market mechanics right now. Because that's like a whole new complicated simulation to add. And I've not even decided if I do want to add it or not. But damn it, I can't remember what the forum was where I posted that. What if I just Google Office Management 101 forum and it's the first result? There it is. It was called Dig Source. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, just give me a second. I'll put it on the screen. Here we go. Okay, so these are the initial sketches that I made for the characters, and some of them have made it into the game already, some of them haven't. So this guy is in the game, this one is, but this one isn't. The alien was female instead, and this guy I added on the stream eventually. So yeah, but there was originally an idea to make a thief sort of a mask, and I still might do it. I just have to redraw it in the current style. So are there thieves or robbers in this game? Not right now. It is something that I've been thinking of. Kind of. I don't think I would add it in the base game, but maybe like an expansion of a DLC or something of that sort could be about industrial sabotage of some sort. So spying on competitors, sabotaging, breaking in and sabotaging their offices or something like that. The question is though, do I even want to make any expansions or DLCs for the game? And I'm not sure. Like on one side, it would depend on it would depend on like how much the game even sells, and if it's not like, if it's not very popular, then it doesn't really make sense to like keep going overboard with it. So I don't know, we'll see. Okay, lots of questions. Sorry if I don't get to all of them right away. I was having like a really quiet day most of the stream here, and now all of a sudden it's one question after another, and I'm not complaining. Quite the opposite. But yeah, I'm just kind of missing some of the chat here, I guess, and kind of bad at managing my or multitasking here. So anyway, when you fire someone, is there a way to negotiate new terms? Like, person being fired wants to get an interview. Not right now. There is no such mechanic. I'm not sure if I want to add that anyway. I mean, I guess there could be like a warning of some sort before the employee quits. But on the other hand, if there is, then then why wouldn't you make sure that they don't quit every time? So I don't know. Like, some of the things I might keep like weird or not add all the mechanics for just to make sure the player has interesting choices. So to explain what I mean by that, like when how do I put this? Like, if you do have choices, that doesn't mean that you have interesting choices necessarily. But there's a risk of making it so that there's clearly one choice that is better than the others every time. And if that's the case, then what's the point of having those choices anyway? That just, adds noise. So, from that perspective, it might be that just having that one choice in the first place would be more optimal. But maybe you just have to keep an eye out for that choice. And that's kind of like how the loyalty works right now. Like, you pretty much have two choices here. You either raise their wages to raise their loyalty if you can afford it. And you would do that pretty much every time if you want to keep that employee, right? So there's really not another like a clear. There's no choice here. You have the answer already anyway. You raise the wages. That's it. Why wouldn't you? But if I don't warn you about it in the game, that means that you will have to keep an eye on the loyalty yourself. So instead of like having the choice, you have to just pay attention. So that's like the thought process here. So how does the morale work in the game? And that is pretty much the loyalty. So it just subtracts over time, and some events damage it as well. So that's like things like if I tell them to stop slacking off, that damages loyalty. If they can't go to the toilet or stuff like that, then that also subtracts loyalty. And if it goes below a certain threshold, then they will eventually quit. Unless you compensate that with money. So anyway, let's see how the experience is looking for marketers. And it's clearly not rising fast enough. And also, I wanted to check like ages ago, before I got on these tangents here. I wanted to check ages ago how much experience employees get per task. And I see it's like 8 or so. And that takes only like 1 day or so per task. So clearly the marketers are not getting as much experience as the other employees right now. So that calculation is definitely off. So the marketer has been working on their project for 2 weeks now, since it's like the 3rd week already. So, and in those 2 weeks they only got 5 experience, so it should... What should I multiply it with then? So if they get like, the others get like 8 per day. Let's get out my my math here. So say they work 5 days per week, give and take. Maybe subtract some because they're slacking off and whatnot. So maybe like 4 days of work then, or even 3 maybe. So that would be like, say 25 or so experience per week. Marketer got like 2 or 3 per week. So I should multiply it like by by 10 at least. So let's start with that, and then we'll see. So this is where it's happening. If I multiply it by 10, that would mean like this. Then we'll have to just keep it running for a bit longer, and then we'll see. I'm starting to see the paperwork pile up as well. So I guess the calculations for that are fine now. Just need to keep an eye on the experience stuff. Well, definitely it's not generating paperwork as fast as I thought it would. Originally I had it so that it would generate 1 piece of paperwork per 1,000 awareness here, but that calculation definitely was off. So I changed it to, well, I multiplied it by 2 basically. And I'm not sure what the rate of paperwork generation is right now, but I'm just seeing it pile up which means that something's going on. So I'm probably just gonna leave it like that for now, and then maybe I'll see based on the feedback from the testers to see if I should change it or not. So yeah. There's still no reference for how much awareness is needed or useful. That's kind of true, but I'm not sure like how I could reference that even. Well, yeah, I did talk about adding like a percentage here. Percentage here that shows like how many people of the total population have you reached with your awareness. But since the sold units calculation is getting kind of complicated now, then I don't know if I should even like break that calculation down anyway. Like in the real world, you don't really know that either, do you? Like when you're selling a product and you know that you've like your marketing has reached some amount of people, but you don't know how many of those will actually buy it without testing it out. So I don't know. So anyway, we can actually launch the product now, and we can see how much it sells. It depends on a lot of things now, on the awareness, on the price as well. That's a new thing that wasn't calculated in there before. But basically now the sold units calculation depends on the income levels. So the lower income people have like a smaller tolerance for the price. I think it was, I said it so that it's up to twice the production price. So the highest price they would buy that would be $20 here. But the higher the price, the less willing to buy it. On the other hand, middle income people are more willing to buy higher priced products, and upper income would even settle for even higher prices. But on the other hand, I still don't calculate in the product quality at all for all of this. So I've had like different ideas in what to do with it exactly. Like one would be so that if the quality is low, people will return the products, and it will lower the profits then. But that's kind of like that would be like weird step in the gameplay sense, I feel like. So maybe I should add some same sort of tolerance levels instead. And say the lower income people have less of an expectancy for the product quality, and higher income people would have like a bigger expectancy for the product quality. Although I do like your idea that the bad quality would hurt my next project sales. Although that kind of puts you in this like a cycle, maybe. I mean, what I mean is, like at the beginning of the game, there's really not much you can do about the product quality anyway. You'll have to settle for the lower quality stuff because you don't have access to that furniture that raises the product quality. So that kind of like puts you in a spot where you can't make high quality products in the beginning, and then that like will end up damaging your future projects then, and that's kind of like punishing you for something you can't help. So I don't know. I do like that idea of like one project affecting another though. So maybe there's like some other way of doing that. There is no reputation indicator. Like I did think about adding something like that at some point. Software Inc. has that, I think, in where they, and maybe some other games as well. But yeah, where like you have a reputation for your company and fans and something like that. And but I already have like these experience points here, and adding yet another like a parameter for the company. First of all, it would be like hard to fit that in the user interface here, but also like making sure they don't overlap in how those values are like calculated would be maybe complicated as well, if you get what I mean by that. So yeah, it's something that I've thought about, but I'm not sure how would you best like approach it, because there is sort of a reputation though, and that's in the relations with the other companies, which can be bad, neutral, and good. But yeah, then again, like, how would you go about raising that reputation? Like, what could maybe like, okay, I can think of a few things. Say how you treat your employees could be one of that. By releasing good quality products could be one of that. But then what does that reputation do then? Would that be calculated into the sold units then? I guess. But one of the things that I thought about instead was to calculate the quality into production cost instead. Although like from a real world perspective, it doesn't really make much sense. Like, why would a low quality product be cheaper to make? The other way around. Why would it be more expensive to make? So yeah, in the real world, if something is like low quality, it's usually because it's cheaper to make. But lowering the production cost would be a good thing. So I don't know. I don't think I can do that. But yeah, I will have to think about that reputation thingy. Would have to think of an icon for it. And even coming up with this icon was really hard. And people usually don't understand what this icon means anyway. So I guess I could just make it a smiley face or something. The same way as I don't have an example for it, but if you work on a project, you see the project quality as a smiley of some sort. A stock market icon. In theory, I could reuse the same stock market icon that I made for the Twitch viewer points in the chat window there. Which, by the way, you can redeem, people. No one really does that on my streams, but you can click on it and you can redeem it for some special things that I can do. Just a hint. You don't have to. What if someone wants to work from home to save space in the office, but quality of the work might be lower? Yep, that would be like really topical for the way the world works today. Yeah, there you go. That's the thing you can redeem, for example, the emojis. So much love to you. And you just used your stocks for a highlighted message. But yeah, I know you play on the stock market, and you're the holder type. HODL is the word that is used in cryptocurrency, I think, but I don't know about the stock markets. The hodlers. So yeah. Anyway, I guess we can check on the marketer experience here. Ah, here we go. We are getting some. Maybe too much now. Probably, maybe. Actually, it's fine. It is fine for now. So yeah, just to kind of explain my thought process here. They had 5 experience points at the beginning of the week. Now at the end of the week they have 28, which means they got like 20 something. So that's sort of in line with the other employees, I guess. None of who have 25 yet, but they've mostly been just slacking around because I don't put them working on projects right now. Meanwhile, the marketers are clearly keeping busy. So yeah, I'm guessing that's fine for now. And I can level them up as well. So let's do that. And the CEO as well. Basic engineering sounds good. So how will you raise capital if you're about to get insolved? You mean like if you're about to go bankrupt? I don't have a mechanic for that right now. So if you're going bankrupt, you're going bankrupt. I mean, you can sell all your furniture. You can then fire all your employees, except for the CEO. And then, since the CEO doesn't cost anything, then you can sort of like struggle along. You can get them to work on stuff slowly and just work your way up. And then you can like sort of get out of that hole. It depends on how deep you go into it, though. You will definitely have to keep an eye on your finances. Like, if it clearly looks like you're starting to go bankrupt in a few weeks, then you should do something about it. Before it's too late. But I don't know. In many of such games, you have like a bank loan kind of a thingy. So I'll probably add something like that in the end. So if you start to go bankrupt, you can take a bank loan and then try and work yourself out that way. So marketers should have a specialization skills when leveling up. What do you mean by specialization, though? You mean like these? That's a good idea, actually. I like that. Like better at marketing to certain groups of people. That would be an interesting choice, indeed. And yeah, I'll have to think about it a little bit. but I do like that idea indeed. So thank you very much. Yeah, just getting your 10% of 0% that I've been promising you. Indeed. Actually, let me check the credits. The credits. I know you're in here. Others won't know, but I know what your name is. So I see you're in alpha testing, but I could add you to special thanks here, maybe? Maybe? I can do that right away, actually. But then people would know your name. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you don't want that. So feel free to let me know in the chat or on Discord later or wherever. And we'll take care of that. You would be honored. Do you want me to do it right now? Then I will do it. I will. No jokes. Let's see. The credits. Where even is that? Somewhere in the system menu. Credits. It should be here somewhere. About menu. There we go. I know it used to be hard coded. Maybe it's not anymore. Credits. Yeah, it still is. So we'll add it here at the bottom. Done. I'll have to restart the game though. And why I'm even doing this, it's not because of that specific idea, but you have been extremely helpful throughout the whole development process of this, throughout the whole 6+ years. So I really appreciate it. So here you go, special thanks. And I am very thankful. Should we be blushing right now or something? Okay, so anyway, I did the testing that I wanted to test. I took the long way to reach the things that I wanted to reach today, but I see that both the experience and paperwork calculations seem to be more or less fine now. Darn it, actually. Now that I look at it, this is too much, isn't it? Yeah. And I think I know why that is. That's because I'm basing the experience adding here on the work calculation here, but that is based on the level. So that means the higher the level, the quicker they generate work progress, and the quicker they then generate the experience, which is not what happens with the other employees. So this won't do after all. So what else can I use instead then? I don't want to base that on the paperwork, or I don't want to base that on the awareness calculations either, because I made it so that the amount of awareness that you add depends on the population of the level or the country that you're playing in. So if the level has lots of people in it, the default is 10 million people, then it's easier to generate awareness in that country than it would be in a small one where the population is say 1 million. And I was debating that in my head, like how to approach it. I mean, on one hand, like in the real world, if you're in a small country, wouldn't it be easier to reach all the people there? Kind of like say you're in a small village, you just put out a poster and you reach like almost the whole village. Like, I don't know, say you put the poster next to the only store in the village. And then like people, when they go to the store, like almost everyone will see it because everyone has to go to that single store. But on the other hand, like purely on the numbers side though, like if the village is small, say there's like 100 people in that village, yes, it's easier to reach all of them, but you can't reach more than 100, right? So I made it so that when the country is bigger, you generate more awareness. That's what I ended up going with, but maybe I will rethink it at some point. So anyway, so I decided that the paperwork generation is based on that number. So you generate more paperwork in a bigger country, and less paperwork in a smaller country than when marketing. The other tasks are not tied to that. But I did not want to tie the experience calculations to that. I'd rather have it so that you generate the same amount of experience in all the countries. So I thought I would do that based on the work progress calculations here. But as it turns out, this is not a good way to do that. Then maybe I could use this thingy here instead. So this is just some variable that I use. So I don't know. We'll just have to try it out and see what happens. But I should use the debug here then. So the debug will show when the employee gets experience points then. And I'll just watch how often that happens, and if that happens too often, then that's non-ideal. Okay. Have to wait for them to come back to work though. They will come eventually. There we go. What are the trends like anyway? I never did check those. So the phones are not doing too well, but they're on the rise. And they're better off than TVs. The other ones don't really matter right now anyway, because I can't make those products since I have not finished that stuff. So I'm seeing that they are getting experience here. So check the amount they have right now. So Foster has 21. He had like 16 at the beginning of the week. So that's like 5 already in a day. Which might be fine. Let's see how much they have at the end of the week. They should have like, if it's the same as the other employees, they should have maybe like 40 something, I think. Wednesday they have 25. 26 by Thursday. So probably not fast enough after all. So in the end they got like 10 within that week, 11 to be more exact. So I should double that. We'll see you again next week. Come on. We need days to go by quicker. There we go. So they have 28 right now. 36 already by Tuesday. So if they have like a bit over 50 by the end of the week, that should be fine then. So by Thursday we have 44. 49. 50. I mean, it's exactly 50. I guess it's fine. I mean, could use some fine tuning, but I'm basing this off of just one employee right now. But I should probably try with a few more. But yeah. So anywho, we're coming up at around the 2-hour mark here now. We're actually past it, so perhaps I should start wrapping up. Like again, sorry. That went in the wrong hole. So, you know, call the ambulance if I start choking here. Sorry. Anyway, I guess I should start wrapping up then. So, thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, didn't get much progress done. And almost killing myself in the end here. But that is also entertainment, right? So anyway, yeah, I guess that's it then. We'll see you hopefully again another time. I'll be back next Monday at the usual time. What is it? 1 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. GMT. And yeah, as usual, stay frosty, guys. And I'll try to be more careful with the water here in the future. So yeah, bye.